Which type of coffee is safer for the heart? For millions, the day doesn't truly begin until that first sip of coffee. It's a ritual, a comfort, and a powerful stimulant. Yet, for those with heart concerns, this daily ritual can be fraught with anxiety. Is that beloved cup of joe a friend or a foe to cardiovascular health? The answer, as with many things in nutrition, is nuanced. While high doses of caffeine can indeed provoke arrhythmia, palpitations, and elevated blood pressure, the complete picture of coffee and heart health is far more complex and surprisingly positive. The key lies in understanding the type of coffee, the method of consumption, and your own personal health profile. The central villain in the story of coffee and heart palpitations is, unsurprisingly, caffeine. As biologists and cardiologists often point out, caffeine is a stimulant that works by blocking adenosine, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation and sleep. This leads to an increase in neural activity, which in turn stimulates the adrenal glands to release more adrenaline, the fight or flight hormone. Adrenaline increases your heart rate, contracts blood vessels, and can elevate blood pressure. For an individual with a sensitive heart or a pre-existing condition, a large concentrated dose of caffeine can be the trigger for an unpleasant episode of tachycardia, racing heart, or skipped beats. This is where the type of coffee you choose becomes critically important. Not all coffees are created equal. The two most common species, Coffea arabica and Coffea canephorrea, known widely as Robusta, have significantly different caffeine profiles. Arabica beans, prized for their smooth, complex, and slightly sweet flavor, naturally contain about half the caffeine of Robusta beans. Robusta, which has a stronger, harsher, and more bitter taste, is often used in espresso blends and instant coffees, precisely for its potent caffeine kick and crema-producing qualities. Therefore, making a conscious choice to drink a 100% Arabica brew can be a simple yet effective first step in managing caffeine intake for heart safety. However, the bean is only part of the equation. The preparation method is perhaps even more decisive. A single shot of espresso, for instance, contains a highly concentrated amount of caffeine in a very small volume, approximately 63 milligrams per 30 ml. While you might only drink one or two of these, the intense, rapid hit of caffeine can be challenging for a vulnerable cardiovascular system. In contrast, a large, slow-brewed Americano or filter coffee, while potentially having a higher total caffeine content, is consumed over a longer period. This allows the body to metabolize the caffeine more gradually, preventing a sharp, stressful spike.
But what if there was a way to enjoy a rich espresso-based drink without the jolt? This brings us to a crucial and often recommended mitigation strategy, the addition of milk. The biologist's advice to opt for milk-based coffees like lattes, cappuccinos, or flat whites is grounded in sound physiology. Milk, particularly the fat contained within it, acts as a buffering agent. When you drink a black coffee, the caffeine is available for absorption almost immediately in the stomach and small intestine. When caffeine is mixed into a matrix of protein and fat, as in a latte, the gastric emptying time is slowed. This means the caffeine enters the bloodstream more gradually, smoothing out the sharp peak of its stimulant effect. It's the difference between a sudden, startling shout and a gentle, sustained conversation. The result is a less pronounced impact on heart rate and blood pressure. Beyond caffeine, the very composition of coffee is a tapestry of hundreds of bioactive compounds. Interestingly, long-term epidemiological studies have consistently shown that moderate coffee consumption is associated with a lower risk of several heart conditions, including heart failure and stroke. This paradoxical benefit is attributed to a wealth of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory substances found in the coffee bean itself, such as chlorogenic acids. These compounds can improve endothelial function, the health of the blood vessel lining, reduce oxidative stress, and positively influence lipid metabolism. So, while the short-term effect of caffeine might be a slight blood pressure rise, the long-term effect of the other components appears to be protective. This highlights that for the general population, moderate coffee drinking is not just safe, but may be beneficial. So, how do we synthesize this information into a practical guide for a heart-healthy coffee habit?
1. Choose your bean wisely. Start with 100% Arabica beans over Robusta heavy blends to automatically lower your caffeine baseline. 2. Embrace the milk. If you are sensitive to caffeine or have known heart issues, make milk-based drinks your go-to. A latte or a cappuccino provides a gentler experience than a straight espresso or black Americano. 3. Mind the volume and pace. The advice to limit intake to 1 or 2 cups per day is prudent for those with concerns. Furthermore, avoid chugging your coffee. Sip it slowly over 20 to 30 minutes to allow your body to manage the caffeine influx. 4. Listen to your body. This is the most important rule. Caffeine tolerance is highly individual. Pay attention to how you feel after different types of coffee. If a certain brew consistently causes palpitations or anxiety, your body is sending you a clear message. 5. Consider decaf for the ritual. Modern decaffeination processes have improved greatly, preserving much of the coffee's flavor while removing over 97% of the caffeine. This allows you to enjoy the antioxidants and the comforting ritual without the stimulant effects. In conclusion, the safest coffee for the heart is not a single type, but a tailored approach. It's a brew that balances the stimulating effects of caffeine with mitigating factors like milk and a wise choice of beans. It is one consumed in mindful moderation. For the vast majority, coffee is a safe and even healthful beverage. But for those navigating cardiovascular sensitivities, a shift from a strong black Robusta espresso to a gently sipped milky Arabica latte could be the key to enjoying your daily cup in harmony with your heart's well-being. The goal is not to eliminate a life's pleasure, but to refine it, ensuring that every sip is both enjoyable and safe.